my young Padawan back there. We're using Star Wars references since they just dropped the trailer.
Today. It looks great.
I know, we were geeking out.
Yeah, you didn't see it.
Awesome. But anyway, let's talk about your film. So, how did this come about for you?
I got the script. I loved it. I thought it was hysterical and very, very moving and very unexpected. And I thought I could bring something to it and make it into a personal film for me. It was a movie I needed. It was the right movie for me at this moment in my life. And so I think that is.
Yeah. How about you, Thomas?
Yeah, and then for me, I met Alfonso on his first movie where he didn't cast me, but we did meet. And then, so when this came around, I was really excited that he was casting it, and it was a script that I really loved. It was really funny, and then also it went into some more dramatic territory that I hadn't gone to yet in my own acting career. So
because you've done a lot more kind of comedic roles as the quirky kid, nerdy kid.
Yeah, kind of dig deeper and do something that was a real challenge that I hadn't done before.
Now, I mean, as a young actor and doing something like this, I mean, how do you prepare for a role like this?
I mean, it's always different. Greg was so much like myself, and so in that way I didn't have to prepare too much. It was not like I did a lot of research or anything like that, but it was really just kind of having these conversations with Alfonso or Olivia, who plays Rachel in the film, and just kind of figuring out who these people were and how they got to these places. And I know that sounds really vague, but
no.
Conversations. And
did you talk to both of you? I mean, like people that were going through this in real life, you know?
I did. I spent some time with an incredible doctor at the Children's Hospital in Pittsburgh. That they have one of the best pediatric wings in the nation, maybe probably the world. And the year before, I had directed the pilot to a show called Red Band Society that dealt with kids. And I did a lot of research at the Mattel wing at UCLA in LA and talked to some students and a lot of nurses and doctors. And it really helped give you a window into how do you portray something like this teenage girl, honestly, and not kind of rely on cliches and go to that world. And then Olivia, I introduced her to a few people through the Mattel wing in UCLA. She did her own research, and then of course then made that her own.
Now,
I think it was important for Thomas probably not to do any research so that his character Greg could approach this.
Yeah, Greg is so blind to it all, and he's sort of like confronted with it as it's happening. So I felt like for myself, it was better to just sort of not know and let Olivia do all the research, and then just kind of be confronted with it on the day, which is usually what happened.
Now, do you think that there's kind of an overall message about how we deal with death, especially when it's somebody so young with this film?
Yeah.
I mean, because everybody has their own different ways of dealing with it. I mean, what would that message be for you?
It's tough to say that without falling into cliche, but having to face, even when you face that as an adult, it's abstract and disorienting. So as a kid, as a teenager, it could be even more so. So if anything, the film maybe lets people, young and old, feel that they're not alone. That even when you're going through it as adults, sometimes you feel like a lost teenager, and that's okay.
Right. Okay, so one more question, just because it's a reoccurring question on our show. If you are a director and an actor, if you could direct a superhero, who would it be?
Superman? Go on.
Easy, huh?
Yeah.
If you could play a superhero or villain, what would you do?
I don't know.
And if you want to lobby for a role, go ahead.
I don't know. Well, growing up, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was like a big influence on me, and I remember I had a dream once when those movies were coming out that I was going to be Spider-Man. Not that it'll ever happen, but it was it was important for me as a kid, so that would be really cool.
I had Spider-Man and Superman toy dolls, but then eventually I got so into Superman I had the underoos, and then I had my mom buy me separately a cape and long stockings, because his underoos were just like the underwear, and I needed the long things to be this really out.
So you could go out.
And
I don't think you're a true nerd unless your mom made you a cape for a costume.
She bought a cape, and she'd have to, when I'd fall asleep with the cape, she'd have to undo it because she'd be afraid that I was going to choke to death. And I'd go up to my magnolia tree.
Nice. Well, thank you very much, and good luck with the film, guys.
Thanks. See you later.
Thank you, guys.